Hello and welcome, Simmers. Welcome. This is my first ever YouTube video, my first ever Sims video. I've been recording my builds for a really long time now and thought it was finally time to step out and actually share what I've been building. This is the house from a television show called Surface, which is on Apple TV. I think it's based in San Francisco. What I really loved about it is it's just got this beautiful, striking black facade. I love dark colours. I love using dark colours in homes. I just think it brings so much personality. It really packs a punch, and it accentuates all the colours around it. I think my favourite room in this house is either probably the lounge or the dining room. Maybe the dining room because the dark walls in there contrasting with the green of all of the plants that are in there is just gorgeous. I just love it. So I've really tried to stay true to how the house was decorated in the show. It was very eclectic, a lot of like sculptural kind of pieces, a lot of pilasters. I used so many pilasters in this build. I really like the details that it adds, and how it can sort of separate like between two different colours on a wall. I really liked doing that. So I tried to carry through the decorating of this home throughout the house. So in the show, they really don't have a lot of clutter at all. It's very pared back. So I used hardly any clutter in this episode, in this house. You'll see a little bit in like the little library in the hallway with some books and a few pots. But you won't see it anywhere else. You're not going to see any mugs in the kitchen or any salt and pepper shakers, which, they do add a touch of homeliness. But in this place, it's just not meant to be. So a little bit about me, a little bit about what I like to build. I do take a lot of inspiration from like Architectural Digest, from Vogue Living, just general real estate buildings that I see online. Also Pinterest. Pinterest has a lot of inspiration. This skirting board that I'm putting in there is actually a kitchen backsplash. But I just really wanted something around the edge of that to just accentuate. It is such a small space, plus that wallpaper is pretty loud. Like I said, I tried to keep it in line with how the show presents the home, and that's why that wallpaper is so passionate in there. So inspiration I get online, especially from Pinterest and just from real estate places that I follow online. A lot of custom content in this build. To be honest, I can't build without it now. I've been using it for too long. It just enhances my gameplay so much. And honestly, I think that CC really just makes the game. It makes the game what it is. I think it just uplifts whatever you're trying to do. So I very rarely just use base game and packs anymore. I've got a lot of Felix Andre, I've got a little bit of Hey Harry, a bit of Cluttercat, a bit of Toods, a bit of Pierre Sim. Pierre Sim's MCM, Mid-Century Modern pack. Excuse me. I use that in basically every build that I do. It's got an awesome kitchen, which I've used here. I love the bedding set that he's done, which I've also used. So for Felix Andre, I used so much of his Soho pack. The windows are Soho, those architraves are Soho, the frieze around the outside is also Soho, all the pilasters also Soho. The dividers between the dining room and the little study are also Soho. So go ahead and get all of those packs. They're free now. I unfortunately can't afford to pay for my CC at the moment. I just use a few different designers, and by the time you donate to all of them, it really adds up, and unfortunately it's just out of my budget. But if you guys want to see more, maybe we can work towards that, and we'll see how we go. Here we are, just starting off the dining room and the little study nook. So the way that I build is not very fluid. You can see there that I've finished one room and then I've started the next room. Usually I tend to build really big houses. That's my usual go-to, but I do sometimes like the challenge of a smaller lot. I've always just been drawn to mansions. I live here in Melbourne, Australia, if you couldn't tell already from the accent. And there's just so many beautiful homes in the inner city suburbs, and sort of around just outside of the city as well. Beautiful, lush green hills. We've got such a beautiful city over here. And I've taken so much inspiration just from what's around us, what's around me and my family here. So here we go, just drawing a bar for the study nook in there. So like I said, trying to keep it true to what the show had going on, trying to really emulate the style, and just the ambience, I think, of that build, of that house, and just really trying to draw it through into the whole house. So here we go with some pilasters. So they look like columns, but they're not actual columns. So you don't need to move them up and down and sort of stagger them like you do with a normal column. You just plop them there and they look like a column, but they're not. I'm using them there to sort of separate the windows out from the rest of the room. I just think it gives it a little bit of definition and a little bit of architectural interest. Sometimes I find it really hard to add interest in these builds because I tend to the way that I build is I'll do like a draft room, and I'll start in with a few furnishings, maybe the windows, and then finish one room and then start the next one, and then come back to that first room and add a little bit of clutter, maybe change out a rug, and then I go back to the next room, and then I go on and start the third room, and then I come back around to the first room, add a little bit more clutter, really finesse it. So I don't start with a full floor plan. I really don't ever start with a plan in mind unless I'm like committing to a brief of something that I've seen in Pinterest or seen in an inspiration picture. And then sometimes when I do that, when a house is so defined and I'm trying to stick to exactly what I'm observing, I find that I get kind of boxed in, and then the creativity, like you're trying to make it perfect, but sometimes a build, it just doesn't want to be perfect. Sometimes you just need to just hop on for the ride and just let your build flow and let it speak for itself, which sort of happened here a little bit. Once I got into it, I was able to sort of have a little bit of flow, have a little bit of fun. I really did enjoy doing this kitchen. There we go with the Pierre Sim MCM cabinets. I ended up doing like a rail kind of thing above the fridge and above the little cupboard there, and getting that ladder in place, you'll see it in a second, getting that ladder in place was such a pain. Went pretty heavy on the tool mod here to get it to sort of sit where I wanted it to sit. It's obviously, it's a non-functional ladder, so it's there just to look pretty, but I gave up after trying a few times to get it to sort of sit right. The tool mod is just such an invaluable tool. It just allows you to sort of change those minute details, adjust a size a little bit, adjust the height or the angle or something just a little bit, so you've got a little bit more, not so much realism, but you just make everything look exactly to your liking. And that's the beauty of The Sims, is that it's your game, it's your time, it's your place. Whether you're a builder or you're a player, you want your game to flow. You want your game to speak to you. You're just there for the ride. So that's why I use the tool mod. So this is the little library, choosing a ladder. So with this one, I decided that I did need the rail. So the ladder rail there is from Hey Harry's Octave set. And the ladder is as well, I believe. So those ladder rails, they want to snap to either the bookcases that came with Harry's pack or to a wall. So again, it was another bit of a pain to, obviously I do it really quickly there, but they were a real pain to get into place as well. 22 hours of footage is what I had to work with here, and I got this video down to 25 minutes, which I still think is a little bit long for a YouTube video for a house this size, but it is what it is. I really admire Simmers who have big houses who manage to get their videos down to 11 minutes or 10 minutes. I just don't think I can do it. I just do too much, and I finagle everything, and then it only turns out that I can get that down to a 25-minute video after spending 22 hours, and that's just recorded footage. That's not how long it actually took. That's recorded footage. I should have said earlier, this is a 3-bedroom house. So we've got 3 bedrooms upstairs. So one of them I've done up as a kid's room, although you won't see that here. I didn't keep the footage from that. And the other bedroom, I just left it completely bare for your creativity to shine. 3 full bathrooms as well. Here we are just doing the powder room, just with a bath. I really love the grey tones in that room. I just find the darker colours just really make things pop. Not all my builds are completely dark. I do have some lighter ones, some bright ones, some more colourful ones for you to enjoy as well. Here we go, just adding some cornicing details. Another pilaster, another one there, just to finish off the spaces and to make them really thrive in the spaces that they're in. Back onto, this is the main bedroom, master bedroom, using the MCM bedding there. These rugs are by Simplistic. They're called the Lolloi, Lolloi rugs. They have so many different options of those rugs. I use them as well, probably in almost every build. It's easy with the tool mod because those rugs start out so big. The sort of pixelation of it sort of stays really detailed when you shrink the rugs, whereas if you are making a rug bigger, obviously you're going to get those details. You're going to get I'm not a really techie person or a photography kind of person, so apologies. So when you are going from a smaller to a larger piece, then you're spreading out the size of that pixel, and then it doesn't look right. Does that make sense? It probably doesn't make sense. Anyway, excuse me, because I'm not, like I said, I'm not a techie person. Excuse me. So, I'm recording this voiceover on my recording app on my iPhone because I don't have a mic. I don't have one of those yet. So if you'd like to donate to me, if you'd like to donate to my cause here, that would be much appreciated. And the first thing I'll do is go out and buy a proper mic and another hard drive. I'm crossing my fingers that I'll be able to get that hard drive fixed. So what happened was I record all of my builds. It's just a nice, fun side hobby. And I have so many on there. I think I have about 20 on there. And I save them to their external hard drive. And the other day, I dropped the hard drive. And now when I plug it in, it's making a clicking sound. And my laptop says that it's malfunctioned and it can't connect to the hard drive. Which means that all my Sims videos are lost. And I also had photos of my daughter at her kindergarten that were professionally done. And I'm honestly I'm praying that I can just take it to a repair place and they'll be able to either repair it or extract all the files that I need. Because otherwise I know that I'm going to be so devastated if I can't get those files back. Particularly my daughter's childcare photos. I can always get more videos of The Sims, but I want those photos. And I know it's been too long now for the photographer to have kept them. So they're not in a cloud. There's no backup of them anywhere. So, yep. Really silly of me to not keep a backup somewhere, like in a cloud or whatever, but it is what it is. So that's one thing that I need. So that's what happened to my hard drive. So yeah, not sure what my next video is going to be because I was ready to make my next one with videos that were on that drive. So yeah, tell me, what would you like to see? Do you want to see some of my bigger builds? Do you like seeing smaller builds? Are you here just for the ride? I appreciate it all. So whatever you're here for, tell me and I'll try to make it happen. Some of my bigger builds do have more bedrooms. Again, lots of custom content because I just can't play the game without it. I've used it for too long now that it just doesn't suit me anymore. Those wallpapers, that wallpaper and the one downstairs are by Tilly Tiger. She does a lot of really, really pretty packs of wallpaper. I use them in a few of my builds, although I do try to stick to the same CC creators, which is Hey Harry, Felix Andre, Pierre Sim, Toods, and a little bit of 6am, a little bit of Max 20, the simplistic rugs. I always use a simplistic rug. So if there is something in particular that you would like to see, please just leave me a comment below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I've currently got 6 subscribers. Thank you to all of you who are subscribed. And I know for a fact that that's my husband, a few of my cousins and some of my best friends. So I really appreciate you being here and props to you if you've been listening to this voice message. So yes, I'm recording this audio on my iPhone, so I really apologize for the quality. I'll get a mic when I can and start using the mic properly. So this little outside area was inspired by another builder, Boanna Sims. I really loved how she had set up the little lounges with the little tables in between. So I definitely took some inspiration from her. Still trying to stick to the style of the show, what the show brought through. So this the exterior here, because it's a townhouse, and it's a townhouse in the show, so there's no ivy growing up the walls, there's no front garden, it's just a townhouse on the street. So So I sort of had to make it up as I went along. I end up putting a pool in here. So just looks like I'm just setting up the decking for that to happen. And we've just hit the 20-minute mark. I can't believe I've been talking for 20 minutes. Really admiring simmers and podcasters who can talk for this long. It's definitely been a bit of a challenge, and we've still got 5 minutes left to go. Here we go, adding some shutters to the windows. These shutters are called the Quate pack by Hey Harry. I hope I'm saying that right. It's KWATEI. I love the detail in them. And here we are, just doing something to the front yard, making it look a little bit more loved. Because as I said, obviously it's a townhouse in real life, and so it doesn't have a front garden. It doesn't even really have much of a back garden. It's just a bit of a courtyard. So we just add a couple of flowers, add a few trees, which I think look really good. We add a little letterbox to one of the front posts. Oh, we add a fountain, that's right. That fountain is by Hey Harry. Not sure which pack it's from. Here we go with the trees, just adding some nice details, just to liven it up a little bit, make it look more loved, make it look lived in, make it look like an actual proper home. Like, I would live here. I would definitely live here if this was my home. I think it's just it's just so beautiful in the show. I did also play test this house with the Bailey Moon family. They seemed to be pretty happy to live here. I think they liked it. At least they didn't have any bad moodlets about it, so that's always a plus. And yeah, here we go, just adding some flowers. We are coming up to the end of the build and coming up to, just some of the pictures. So I'll leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. And hope you enjoyed. Bye.